Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our nightly concert here in our virtual jazz club. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's Tuesday, right? I couldn't remember the day of the week. I almost said it's Monday, but every day sort of feels like it's hard to remember what day it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday night. Thank you so much for joining us. If we have any new folks with us tonight, we are Laura Dubin and Antonio Guerrero. And we're doing these nightly concerts every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be doing them every night for, at this point, indefinitely as an ongoing project. So we thank you so much for being along on this journey with us. And hello to everybody who's watching already. And a special hello to all our friends who have been tuning in every night. We so appreciate your support all this time. This is week number 5 now. Yay. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast it's come by. Tonight, we'd like to start with a very happy song that I think we all need right now because we all need as much happiness in our lives as we can possibly get, especially during this time. And this is called Put On a Happy Face from the classic musical Bye Bye Birdie.
Is the speaker off?
Yeah.
Thank you.
called Put on a Happy Face from the musical Bye Bye Birdie, and as sung wonderfully by the great Dick Van Dyke, as you saw pictures of him up here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please leave us a comment and say hello, and let us know where you're watching from, because it's really fun for us to know how far our music is traveling. Sometimes we might have listeners here in Rochester, or we've had a lot of people stopping by from other cities, different sides of the country. I saw somebody from Texas was watching yesterday, and I think somebody from Brazil was watching a few days ago. I know we've got a lot of family down in Mexico watching. Thank you so much. So it's really cool for us to have the internet in this day and age, and our music can just travel far beyond where we actually are located right now. It's pretty cool. So next we'd like to play an original composition of mine, and I wrote this tune a couple years ago, and it's called Purple Waltz. The reason it's called Purple Waltz is because I have something called synesthesia, which means different things for different people. And there's not only one definition of synesthesia, but for me, what it means for me is that different keys, like different, not just individual notes, but like the actual key that a piece of music is written in, different keys have different colors for me. So like if I hear a piece of music and it's in a certain key, I immediately see in my mind a certain color. And the cool thing about synesthesia is that no two people necessarily have it in the same way. So somebody else might have it. I know several other musicians who have it, but for them, they see completely different colors than I do. So like, for instance, like the key of D for me is very green, but for some other people, it might be blue. So it's just a totally personal thing. And I actually never knew that there was a word for it. It was just something that like pretty much my whole life I remembered having, and I never realized it was like kind of anything interesting at all. It was just like a normal thing for me. But one time, like a few years ago, I discovered that there was actually a word for this thing that I have, and I thought, oh, that's cool. So anyway, this piece that I wrote is in the key of D flat, and to me, the key of D flat is very purple. And because purple is my favorite color, D flat is, of course, one of my favorite keys, because I always see a lot of purple when I'm playing in D flat. So this is my composition called Purple Waltz. that was my original composition called Purple Waltz because it's in the key of D flat major, and for me, D flat is just a purple key. I don't know if there's anybody else out there who also is a synesthete like I am. Please say hello, raise your hand, give us a little hand emoji symbol, and if you happen to see different colors with different keys like I do, maybe let me know what you think D flat is for you, because I think it's kind of cool that not everybody sees the same color in different keys. So if you're enjoying the music tonight and you'd like to make a contribution to show your support for what we're doing and allow us to keep doing these videos for as long as possible, please head on over to lauradubin.com. You can, of course, wait till the end of the performance. We hope that you'll stick around and actually watch the rest of our concert. Or you can click on it now and you can always come back. We'll still be here. There are 3 different ways that you can make a contribution on my website. And the first way is you can download our albums. We've got 7 albums for you to choose from. And if you don't have our whole collection yet, you can download them all. And you'll have plenty of music to listen to these next few weeks or months while we're all at home. We're going to be stuck at home indefinitely. So what better way to stay at home than by listening to music? So we hope you'll consider purchasing our albums. You'll see all the icons of the album covers there. That'll be the first thing you see when you click on the link. Then if you keep scrolling a little bit, you'll see a place where you can make a donation of any amount that you choose, a one-time donation. There are several suggested amounts there that you can choose from, but you can also adjust them if you'd like. So for instance, if you'd like to donate $40, but you don't see that amount there, you can click on the $20 option and then change the quantity to 2. So you get to do a little bit of math if you want to, if you want to do that. So we hope you'll consider doing that. If you keep scrolling all the way to the bottom of the same page, you'll see the 3rd and final option, which is to become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz. And you'll see a drop-down menu where you can click an amount. There are several choices there. Any amount that you'd like to donate once per month. And then when you click on the yellow button that says subscribe, you'll be redirected to a PayPal website. And from there, you can set up an automatic credit card payment. So it will charge you automatically once a month, whatever amount that you choose. And that's a great way to show your ongoing support if you'd like to see us continue doing these videos. And you can always cancel with no obligation if your financial situation changes further down the road and you need to cancel that. There's not going to be any penalty if you need to. You only have to set the payment up one time, but you can always manage it, later on. And PayPal stores your information securely, and my website is also a secure site. We don't have any access to your credit card info. However, if you want to make a donation, but you prefer not to do it over the internet, please send me a private message here on Facebook and we can talk about another method. So I saw an article yesterday, and of course it's hard for any of us to really know for sure anything at this point, but I saw an article that was written by a leading health expert saying that it's very possible that there won't be any live concerts at venues until the fall of 2021. That's a very interesting reality for musicians, and the same will be true for sporting events and basically any kind of event where large crowds gather. And of course, like at this point, nobody really knows anything for sure, but that is going to be in the back of my mind. So if you'd like to see us continue doing our music, we'd really appreciate your support if you're able to. If you're unable to make a donation at this time, that's totally okay. We understand this is kind of a hard time for everybody. We really appreciate you listening to our music, and we're so grateful to have you here. I see a lot of people are watching right now, so thank you so much. And a huge thank you to everybody who's supported us so far, whether you've made a donation or you downloaded our albums or you've just been here with us every night. We really thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. It's so great for us to have an audience still. And we're not only doing this for financial reasons. We're really doing this to sustain ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally. At the end of the day, the music is the best thing that we have personally in our lives, and we're so happy to be able to do it and to continue doing it no matter what happens in this world and this life. But we really appreciate having an audience out there who's actually listening to us. We really can't thank you enough. So let's continue with the music, shall we? So next we'd like to play a beautiful piece by Claude Debussy, who would probably be my favorite classical composer. Now when I say classical, classical is a very, very broad term, just like jazz. It encompasses several centuries worth of music. And in this case, Claude Debussy was known as an impressionistic composer. So he was composing during the late 1800s and early 1900s. And this is also when the impressionistic art movement was going on. So painters like Claude Monet, a lot of people kind of associate Claude Monet and Claude Debussy together. They were definitely contemporaries, and I feel like they were both influenced by each other in some way. I know that Debussy was hugely influenced by art, possibly even more than other musicians. He was really, really influenced by art. He loved art. And so I love the Impressionist time period so much. And this is a beautiful composition by Claude Debussy. It's one of his preludes, and it's called The Girl with the Flaxen Hair. But we've added our own little bit of jazz to it. And actually, I've got a little story about it. There was one day, a few months ago, I was actually practicing this piece, just the Debussy piece. And I looked out the window, and I saw this little bird sitting there, like, on a tree. And I was imagining that the bird was listening to me practicing. So I started, like, playing these kind of high notes on the piano, like a little twittering bird. And this little bird kind of inspired me to come up with this sort of jazzy arrangement of this piece. So we hope you like what we came up with here. That was The Girl with the Flaxen Hair, beautiful prelude by Claude Debussy. And Antonio found this beautiful video of these dancers today, these ballet dancers dancing to that piece of music. So we're happy to feature it tonight in our slideshow here. As many of you know, I think most of you know, all of our friends and family know this, but if we have anybody joining us for the first time tonight, Antonio and I took a wonderful trip to Paris last summer. It was the best trip we've ever gone on in our entire life. And we went, it was our anniversary, and we each had a birthday, actually this same week. Our birthdays are 10 days apart, and our wedding anniversary is right in between.
It's a month for us.
It's our month, yeah. So I'm the August 9th, August 19th, and our anniversary is August 16th. So it was, and it was a milestone anniversary this year and a milestone birthday for me. So we had to celebrate with something really epic. But we also played 2 concerts while we were in Paris, which was just like the icing on the cake of what was already an amazing trip. And so we were inspired to play a lot of music about Paris when we returned. And this next one is a beautiful tune by Rodgers and Hart called The Last Time I Saw Paris. And actually, I think it's Kern and Hammerstein, excuse me. It was Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein. I always confuse those two groups because Rodgers and Hammerstein, Rodgers and Hart, and Kern and Hammerstein. But this was Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein. And apparently, they actually composed this piece after World War II. And it was kind of, the piece was really like a dedication to Paris and how beautiful it was, even though, of course, it was devastated by the war. But the lyrics are really like a remembrance of what Paris was like before the war, and they're beautiful lyrics. But of course, we're going to play an instrumental version for you, and we hope you enjoy our rendition, as well as many of our beautiful Paris photos that you'll see up here in a minute. Well, actually, I already had it here.
Nice.
From when we were showing everybody. Actually, this is from when we were at EDW.
Yay.
Yeah. Here we are. That was our arrangement of The Last Time I Saw Paris. The answer is in August 2019. Actually, I guess it was, did we come back in September? No, it was like the last day of August, I think, that we came back. And if you can see right there, that's actually what Notre Dame looks like now. Well, actually, it probably looks a little different now, 8 months later. But when we were there, can't tell if you can see in the picture. So there's the scaffolding there. That's the area where it had the tragic fire. But it's beautiful that it's still there. And what we heard when we were there was that apparently they're projecting that it'll take 5 years to renovate and restore it and, you know, get it back to what it was. Unfortunately, we couldn't go inside. The area was kind of blocked off around it, but we did get those beautiful photos, and it was lovely to see it still standing there despite the tragedy that it had been through recently. Yeah. So we've got just a few more tunes before we say goodnight. And if you're just joining us and you're here for the first time, you should know that we do these concerts every single night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing them every night until the end of time, as far as we know at this point in our lives. And we're really enjoying it. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. It would not be a Laura and Antonio concert without a little Horace Silver tune, because we love Horace Silver so much. I really cannot get enough of his music. And this next tune is actually one of his biggest hits, understandably, because it's such a catchy rhythm and melody. It's one of those tunes that you can just have stuck in your head all day, but in a good way. Not like the kind that you wish was not in your head. It's the kind that just puts you in a good mood. You can be kind of walking down the street singing this song in your head. This is called Sister Sadie. Well, if you weren't already awake, you are now after that. That was Sister Sadie by the one and only Horace Silver. We love playing his compositions so much. Well, we can't believe how fast this went by, but we've got just one more tune to play for you tonight. But please leave us a comment and say hello, and we're going to stick around and chat with all of you for a few minutes after the music ends, because we'd love to say hello to everybody who's watching out there. And especially if you're here for the first time, please leave a comment and introduce yourself. It's really great for us to make some new friends, even though we can't meet each other in real life right now, but hopefully eventually we'll be able to. And a huge thank you to all of our friends who have been sharing these videos. These videos are public, meaning that you don't have to be one of my Facebook friends to see them. So you can actually share them on your own Facebook page. There's a little share button right underneath. And our audience has grown a lot in the past few weeks simply because our friends have been sharing our videos, and we really can't thank you all enough. A huge thank you to everybody who's shared the videos, and a huge thank you to everybody who's here for the first time. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. So before we play the last tune, I would just like to say once again that if you're enjoying the music tonight and you'd like to show your support for what we're doing, please head on over to lauradubin.com after we play this last tune. There's a link right in the video here, and it will take you directly to the store page of my website, the music/store page. And there are 3 things that you can do. The first choice is that you can download all of our albums. We've got 7 albums for you to choose from. You can also make a one-time donation of any amount that you choose. So if you scroll just a little bit past all the pictures of the album covers, you'll see the donation area of the page. And there are several suggested amounts there that you can choose from. You can also adjust them if you would like to by changing the quantity. And then the third and final option, if you go all the way to the bottom of the page, you can become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz. And if you'd like to see us doing these videos for as long as possible, that's a great way to show your support. So you'll see a drop-down menu where you can choose whatever amount you'd like to donate once per month. And then once you click on the yellow button that says subscribe, you'll be redirected to a PayPal website. And that's where you'll set up an automatic credit card payment, much in the same way that maybe you pay some of your bills right now, it's automatic payment. You just have to set it up one time, and then you'll be all set from there. You can always cancel at any time if your situation changes further down the road and you need to stop doing the monthly payment for any reason. There's no penalty if you need to do that eventually. I just wanted to mention that in case anybody's hesitant to sign up for the monthly subscription for that reason. There's no penalty if you need to cancel at any time. But that's a great way to show your continued support if you're able to. And if you're unable to make a donation right now, that's okay. We're really glad that you're here watching our video and listening to our music. It really means the world to us. Thank you so much. And I also forgot to mention that my website is secure, and the PayPal checkout is also secure. Everything stores your information safely and securely, so we don't have access to your credit card info. However, if you want to make a donation but you prefer not to do it on the internet, please send me a message here on Facebook and we can talk about another method. So let's play our last tune here, and you're going to need to get a big glass of cold water ready for after this tune ends, because this is called On Fire by the great pianist Michel Camilo. We've played a couple of his tunes recently, and we love his compositions and his music so much. So we hope you enjoy, and fasten your seatbelts for this one. That is all the music for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We are Laura Dubin and Antonio Guerrero. Whew, we're sweating after that one. That's why we saved that tune for the end. We will be back here at the same time tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we're not going to say goodbye just yet because I saw some comments popping up while we were playing, and I would love to see who's been out there listening. Thank you so much, everybody. So if you've been watching this on my personal Facebook page and you have not yet liked my music page, which is facebook.com/Laura Dubin Jazz, please head on over there and give that page a like, because that way you'll be notified every time we do these live videos. We are streaming them to that page initially, and then I'm sharing that same video on my personal Facebook page. So you can really watch it in either location, but if you like the page, then you'll be notified immediately when we go live. And anytime we post any other kind of music-related content or any music news that we have to share, that's one of the first places we share that news. So we hope you will give the page a like. We reached 500 likes last week, and we're actually already close to 550 now.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that went by fast.
Thank you, all our family and friends. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who's been promoting us and advocating for
sharing
us. It's been so great.
Yeah, sharing the page. And
yeah, we've really felt a lot of love from the community during this time, and we just want to tell you how much that means to us. Truly, we mean that sincerely. This is a really interesting time that we're all living through now, but the support that we've had in our community here, not just in Rochester, but outside of Rochester, has just been so wonderful, and it's brought us so much joy and hope that, and it's made us feel like what we're doing, which is sharing our music with you, is an important thing for us to do during this time, and we really appreciate you giving us that feeling. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let's take a look over here. Oh, and also, if you'd like to join my mailing list and you're not on my mailing list yet, you can just leave a comment and, whoa, why does this look different? You can, sorry, Facebook is like constantly changing its layout. Like every time I log on, it looks different. The sentence I was saying was that if you'd like to join my mailing list and you're not on my mailing list yet, you can just like let me know in a comment right here in the video that you'd like to join, and then I'll reach out to you and get your email address, or you can just send me your email address in a private message. Don't post it in the comments because we want to respect everybody's privacy here. Or if you go to the home page of my website, right on the home page, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a sign up form. So just type your email address there and click submit or whatever it says. My mailing list is typically the first place where I make big announcements. And then usually the next day or later the same day, I'll also put it on my Facebook music page. But if you want to be like a super cool person in the know, like the first people to know when we have big news, the mailing list is the way to go. You should sign up for the mailing list. And we have
sometimes a request for a special theme or song, or even a gift for some friend or family that you would like to.
Oh yeah, so
to
let me
give some present. We can make a video personally, personal for you with your name or something.
Yeah. So a few days ago, we had a good friend of ours who reached out to us, and she said she had a friend who loves West Side Story, and she knew that we have our West Side Story album, that we play a lot of our own arrangements of the West Side Story music, and so she asked us if we could make a personal video for this friend of hers playing one of the West Side Story tunes and saying a personal message in the video. So it was really fun to do. That was one of our little projects this weekend. So if you're interested in that, it could be any type of video. It could be for a birthday or anniversary or just like a greeting, really for any kind of special occasion, or it doesn't have to be a special occasion. It could just be like a thinking of you kind of video message. So if that's something you're interested in, you can either just let me know here in the comments that you're interested in, and then I can send you a message and we can talk about it more. Or you can just send me a personal message here on Facebook too.
Yeah, we can share
lots of ways to communicate.
Dropbox or.
Yep. Or we can put it in Dropbox, or we can make a private YouTube link.
Exactly.
Sometimes,
or even a DVD.
Yeah.
If some point, if somebody wants, we can mail us the DVD.
Yeah. Lots of different ways to see your videos. So let's see here. Now, I think I just realized at the end of our video last night why I don't always see every single one of the comments, and I think it's because the video is still on, and some of them are showing up, like, in real time. So, I saw that, for example, our good friend, Lynn Buellman. Hi, Lynn, if you're watching.
Hello, Lynn.
Lynn left a wonderful comment last night, and unfortunately, I didn't see it until afterward for whatever reason. Maybe you left that comment earlier in the video, and it just, like, wasn't showing up now. So I do look through the comments every night, and I reply to the ones that I didn't see when we were live here. So I just wanted to mention that in case anybody's like wondering why I skipped over your comment. It's just because for whatever reason they don't always show up here, every single comment, but I do look through them afterward. But right now I'm seeing a whole bunch. So I see Siobhan's watching. Hi, Siobhan.
Hi, Siobhan.
Oh, and I thought of you when we picked out the last time I saw Paris, because you know what my favorite version of that song is. It's, for those of you who were with us last night, we were talking about Jonathan and Darlene Edwards, and they've got a hilarious version of that song. There's one lyric of the song that's, I dodged the same old taxi cabs that I have dodged for years. And in that part of the song, there's like a little bicycle squeaky toy, like, yeah. So thank you so much for watching, Siobhan. Alejandro, hola, Ale. Says, gracias por la música. De nada. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Gracias por escucharnos.
Yeah. By the way, you and Mary Lou both look beautiful in your Facebook picture. It's a really sweet picture of them. Lisa Clemens watching again. Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for watching.
Lisa.
She says, thank you for your wonderful nightly concerts. Thank you. It's such a pleasure. Truly, it's been like such a fun thing for us to do these last few weeks. We really look forward to doing them every evening, and we are so excited to keep continuing them. Hey, Linda, thank you for watching.
Thank you, Linda.
So she says, love the purple waltz. D flat is gold for me, and the key of D is yellow. We'll have to compare colors someday. That is so cool. So I'm so excited that you see colors with different keys, just like me. And that is so interesting to me because to me, like yellow and gold are like the opposite of purple, and that one of them, like purple is like a very subdued color. Well, for me, I think of like a very dark purple when I hear the key of D flat, and to me, like gold and yellow are like very bright. So that's so interesting and so cool. And no color is right or wrong. It's just like totally a personal thing. I would love to talk to you about that sometime. Did you always know that you had that, or did you find out what synesthesia is and then realize that you had it? Because I think for me, it was kind of like, I never thought about it before. I would always just like see a color in my mind. But I never like realized it was like some kind of phenomenon. And then I learned about the existence of synesthesia and was like, oh, I think I have that thing. Nice. And it's not only with like colors and music. There's a lot of different ways that it can manifest itself, but that's just like the way I've got it. Siobhan says, wow, my pants are on fire now. Yeah! Mine too. And Lisa Clement also says, wow, on fire. That is so much fun to play. And, if any of you want to hear that tune again, you can also hear it on our Live at the Rochester Jazz Festival album, which we released in 2016. If you want to download the album, look for, let's see if I got a picture of it here. It's, so if there's any chance that Dave Boyer is watching tonight,
Dave Boyer.
Our dear friend Dave Boyer did the wonderful artwork for that cover. I think I've got it right here. There it is.
Yeah.
So, there you go. That's our Jazz Festival album cover. So look for that icon on the link in my website, the music page, and you can download that album. Yeah. That was actually a 2-disc CD of our entire Jazz Festival performance that year. So every band that plays at the Jazz Fest does 2 shows in one night, an early set and a later set. And we had to put it on 2 CDs because we used the entire set. We didn't cut any of the tunes that we played. They all made it onto the album in the the same order that we play them in the concert. So it's one of our proud achievements, I think. Hola, Ma! She says, thank you for a wonderful show.
Hola,
Muchas
Ma.
gracias. Thank you so much. And she put a little picture of a piano and drums there. Yay!
Thank you. Gracias.
Yay! Richard Harris says, great stuff. Thanks. Thank you so much for watching, Richard. Great to have you here tonight. Dylan! Hey, Dylan!
Thank you, Dylan.
It was so great seeing you last week through FaceTime. I had to clarify that in case anybody thought that we were like hanging out with people in real life.
No.
It was so wonderful.
Virtually.
Yeah, so wonderful virtually hanging out with you the other day. And thank you so much for your support. And he says, his mom started a watch party for this tonight. Lots of viewers you might not have seen. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so, so much, Vita. We appreciate that so much. And it was so great seeing you last week, too.
Today.
It was your birthday a few days ago.
Oh.
Happy belated birthday.
2 days ago.
Yay. Was
Birthday,
your birthday on Easter? I think
April
if you're
12th?
still watching, you can say yes or no. I think her birthday was on Easter.
April 12th?
Well, I'm mixing. I can't remember dates. What's today's date?
14th.
Today's the 14th. So yeah, it was April 12th was Easter. Yeah. So happy belated birthday, Vita. Yay. Hey Donna, thank you so much for watching again.
Thank you, Donna.
She says oh my gosh, you've got such a great ear. Donna, I so appreciate how intently you listen to these, because you always notice all these details about like little songs that we sneak in there, and I just want to say I appreciate that so much, because it shows us like how much you're listening to these. Thank you so much. She says, where did it go? In the Debussy Prelude, I heard a snippet of Bernstein's Lincoln Portrait. Oh, I wonder if I did that on purpose or not. Plus a tiny bit of A Christmas Carol and another tune. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for noticing that. I feel like I remember when I played the Christmas tune. I can't remember which tune we were playing now, but I kind of remember that coming out of my fingers and thinking, oh, Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, Dylan says her birthday was on Easter, yes. And hi, Len Buellman, I see that you're watching again. And hello, I wanted to say hello to you in real life, because unfortunately I missed your comment in real time last night. But we so appreciate you watching. And somebody left a comment yesterday that said you are their brother-in-law, and that you suggested to them that they tune into our videos. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
It's so great to have your family watching. So it looks like I got everybody here. Let me pop on over to my other Facebook page just to make sure I didn't miss any comments that might have shown up there. It looks like the comments are mostly on my music page. All right. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us again tonight, and we will see you back here at the same time tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching.
Have a good night.